What is up, Gamer Geeks? It's your boy Currency Drone, and welcome back to Mr. Pandaria. Today we are going to be making a bunch of raw gold. We're going to run some old raids, and we're just going to stack fat cash. So let's get it going. I'm going to hit the start, and I'm just going to start right away. Alrighty, so we've done pretty much every old raid for the week. And we made a little bit over 12,000 gold from the old content. So you could do this per character per week. And every character that you have that can do this, you can make over 10,000 gold. So that's pretty nuts per week. Definitely will add up quick, get you all your enchants, maybe get you your Transmog mount. And I'm just going to go over each of the raids and talk about them a little bit. So starting off with Magtheridon's Lair, pretty easy. You just run down to the boss, pull the boss, all the ads will come to you, kill all the ads outside of the boss room. Once you've killed all the ads outside the boss room, just go into the boss room, kill the boss. It's that easy. Serpentine Cavern, the last boss requires a duo, so you will just go into Serpentine Cavern, kill the first 4 bosses, and leave. Should be super simple. If you have a goblin glider when you first show up and jump down the elevator, that lets you land right on top of the first boss, save some time. Gruul's Lair, super easy. Just 2 simple bosses. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, so that is the one unfortunate thing about it. But if you just pop in there, kill the bosses, super easy, get about 300 gold, takes about 3 minutes. On to the next one, Tempest Keep. You have the chance of getting Ashes of Alarin here, so that's super awesome. The Transmog's pretty good too. So Tempest Keep is, I would say, medium difficulty. Kel'Thas is kind of hard, and there's a boss that does like a silencing mechanic that's kind of annoying as well. You gotta keep dodging the silencing balls if you're a caster, while killing the boss at the same time. And then Kel'Thas, he's just kind of annoying. He can stun you for a while, and he does a lot of damage with his fireball, so you need to be pretty geared to kill him as well. And then we move into Black Temple. Black Temple overall is pretty easy. I've almost died to Illidan once or twice, but other than that, it's super easy and probably the best gold, so you can get like 2.5 thousand gold just out of Black Temple alone. There's also the boss with the faces. The second phase of the boss with the faces is really difficult. It can permanently stun you, I believe, if you don't kill it quick. So I would say save all your cooldowns for the second phase of the Reliquary of the Lost, and that should save you some heartache there as well. So VOA 10, all the bosses are pretty easy. You just pretty much burst them down. They don't really have that many mechanics. You should be able to just face tank most of them. Nax 10. So Nax 10, actually the hardest boss in there was Patchwork, as well as the Instructor. I thought it wasn't going to be possible, but turns out it actually is possible. I just had to use my flask. I had to use a Potion of the Jade Serpent for the extra 4,000 intellect, for the extra burst, just to be able to kill him before he kills me. And once I did that, I was actually able to kill him, but I am pretty geared. So I would say if you're like just in basic heroic gear, you might not be able to do Patchwork. If you're in like tier 1 Mr. Pandaria raiding gear, I don't even have a weapon, I have the PvP weapon. If you're in like full conquest, you might be able to do it. But I would say Patchwork is pretty hard. He's probably one of the hardest bosses. Then on to BWL. BWL is a pain in the ass to get attuned for. Some reason my attunement wasn't really working in the beginning. I finally got it working, and now that first boss sometimes doesn't really make sense. Sometimes you kill the dudes and you're just not able to control the orb to kill the eggs. Not sure exactly how that works. Eventually I would pull and it would work, and I killed all the eggs and I was able to clear BWL. But sometimes it's not always that nice. The first boss is definitely a pain in the ass. You'll probably have to look up a guide for the first boss of BWL. And then on to Sunwell. Sunwell is one of the best raids for gold as well. So we earned 2,000 gold in 30 minutes in Sunwell. And Brutalis, the second boss, is just as hard as Patchwork, so you also need to be fast, and you're also probably going to have to use a potion if you're bursting him, just to kill him before he can kill you. At least that was my experience as a mage. On to Molten Core, super easy. That's how you're going to go ahead and get your Thunder Fury if you're going for that. Super fast I was getting 12-minute clears, less than 600 gold, so not the greatest gold, but at least you're getting that Thunder Fury chance, Sulphur's chance, and that's pretty sweet. Onyxia 10, I managed to actually get super lucky and get the Onyxian Drake my first run. I only got 150 gold, so I would say if you're not a mage with Theramore port, probably not worth it to really do Onyxia, honestly. And then you got TOC 10, also not that much gold. It's doable, but I would say probably one of the last ones I would do if I was going to do this. And then AQ 20, AQ 40, same kind of deal. They give some gold, but I would say all the others are pretty much better, so not really a point. ICC 10 also probably one of the most difficult ones and doesn't reward that much gold either, so not really worth it. And then Karazhan, pretty decent gold, pretty quick. The chess event is kind of annoying, so I would say the chest event kind of makes it not worth it. But you can get Netherwind eggs from the Netherwind boss, which is nice if you're going for your Netherwind Drake grind. Alright, and here's the little spreadsheet that I've created. So if you're just looking for the most efficient gold per hour, I have it broken down here on the right by gold per minute. And then if you're looking for kind of a route to follow, this is kind of the route that I put together. So it kind of starts with the BC raids, and then it moves into the Wrath of the Lich King raids. And obviously you can see which raids give the most, so if you just want to target the ones that give specifically the most gold, so you can see in these 3 raids alone, if you just did Black Temple, Nax 10, Sunwell, you'd make over 7,000 gold just from those 3 alone, so if you just want to do the big hitters, that's an option too. And I have a little bit of a note here for each one of them for how difficult they are. So Magdaradon Lair just tells you to pull the boss, it pulls all the ads. Serpent Shrine Cavern tells you can't do the last one alone. For Tempest Keep it tells you Kel'Thas is hard. For Nax 10 it tells you Patchwork cards is hard and Instructor are hard. For BWL it says the first boss is hard, so the first boss you have to do the egg destroying, which is annoying as hell. You'll definitely probably want to watch a guide for that. We got Sunwell, where Brutalis is hard, and that's pretty much all. And then these 4 I honestly wouldn't really bother with, unless you've literally done all this and you don't have another character to do anything else on, and you still need some gold. So, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Please leave a like and a sub if you enjoyed, and peace out.